Manchester City are closing in on a full agreement to sign Antoine Semenyo. Now, talks have progressed pretty quickly in the past 24 hours and have now reached the advanced stages. The final details of his £65 million release clause are being sorted between the clubs, while City are also understood to be close to finalising personal terms with the winger as well. But there's no rush to conclude the deal. No other club expected to intervene at this late stage, and his release clause not active, of course, until Thursday. Semenyo also in the squad for Bournemouth's trip to Stamford Bridge tonight. It's not yet been ruled out that he'll be in the squad for Saturday's game against Arsenal either. Semenyo's representatives were in Manchester on Monday discussing personal terms with City. Positive talks took place simultaneously between the clubs. So just to recap then, Manchester City are closing in on a full agreement to sign Antoine Semenyo.
Yeah, I think it tells you everything. Well, even from the summer, Kelly, when he saw Kirkes and Howson leaving, he must have thought, OK, what's next for me? A lot of good players were leaving for big money. There was obviously an interest in him. And I suppose he's obviously got a buyout clause, and clubs have, want to obviously accelerate that. Manchester City right now look the favourites. We never quite know how it's going to go, but the fact that he's playing today, I'm sure Pep has probably thought, you know what, I might need him today. He might do us a favour, score, and then he can sign for us on Monday. But we don't know. Let's just see what happens. But he's a very humble young man. I've met him a few times. Fantastic player, incredible, both in terms of with the ball, without it. He presses, he works hard for the team, scores goals, assists, got long throw. Right now he is the ultimate modern day player. So yeah, I'm really, whatever happens, obviously Bournemouth was a club that's very close to my heart. I was there as from growing up as a 16, 17-year-old, and to see how well he's done, he deserves whatever's next for him because he's done so well for Bournemouth.
Manchester City have opened talks with Bournemouth to negotiate the finer points of Antoine Semenyo's £65 million release clause. Discussions are expected to progress this week as City are looking to conclude the signing of the 25-year-old winger when the transfer window opens in a matter of days. Semenyo's representatives are also due in Manchester today to finalise personal terms on a long-term contract. Now, City are the only club to have contacted Bournemouth so far about the clause, which is believed to be active from January the 1st to January the 10th. That's despite interest from also Liverpool, Manchester United, Tottenham and Chelsea before Christmas. Chelsea, though, opting not to pursue things any further after making that inquiry, with Spurs also moving on to other targets.
Breaking news, Manchester City are advancing to sign Antoine Semenyo, and they are the clear favourites as the player has indicated Man City as his favourite destination for this transfer. A big evolution in the last 12 hours as Chelsea left the race, Tottenham were already out, Man United tried till the end, Liverpool with some calls in the recent weeks, but then never sending any official bid. Manchester City pushing like crazy in the last 12 hours. As I told you in my channels, and now Antoine Semenyo has indicated to his agents, to Bournemouth and to Manchester City with a direct contact that he wants to join the Citizens. Now, it's on City to close the deal as soon as possible. They want to accelerate. They want to get it done in the next days with Bournemouth. £65 million release clause. We will see what City decide to do, whether to pay the clause or reach an agreement with Bournemouth on a payment schedule. But Semenyo has made his decision. He wants to go to Man City, and now they are clear favourites to get the here we go very soon.